What's up everybody, Watt007 here, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, the title does suggest that I will give you a definite yes or no answer on if you should buy the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck, but I'm going to get this out of the way before we really dive into today's video. Honestly, my video is basically just helping you guys form your own opinion on whether you should get the new Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck or not. I'm not going to give you a definite yes answer. I'm not going to give you a definite no answer. I'm just going to tell you guys my thoughts and opinions on the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck. I'm going to give my pros, I'm going to give my cons, and I'm going to showcase you guys two different builds of the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck for you guys. One build is going to be 80% of just cards from the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck, and basically it's a build that you can get if you purchase 3 copies of the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck. And I'm going to show you guys another build of the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck where it uses cards from the other boxes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links to see if I can make Dragunities as overpowered as they can and try to build the most optimal version of the deck. The deck is going to use cards that were from other boxes and whatnot, and some Dragunity cards that were not reprinted in the new Structure Deck. So that's going to be the point of today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. If you guys are excited for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, you guys know what to do. Be sure to go show your support by hitting the like button on the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. But of course, you can wait to like and subscribe until you watch the entire video. But without further ado, let's do a breakdown on the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck. I'm going to show you guys a replay first, and then I'm going to showcase the deck, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the second deck. I'm going to showcase you replay first, then the deck, and then we're going to do a couple live duels with the two different decks to see how well they fare in a random match in the ranked PP ladder. So I'm looking forward to making this video for you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far. Let's get into it. So this first duel replay that I'm going to showcase to you guys is my Dragunity build that is just pretty much all cards from the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck. This deck is 80% of cards from the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck, and then the other 20% are a bunch of just spell and trap cards that are very popular in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I'm rocking a couple copies of Cosmic Cyclone and Paleozoic Canadia in this deck, so keep that in mind when it comes to today's deck. But honestly, I feel like that if you've been playing Duel Links long enough, you should have a couple copies of Cosmic Cyclone or Paleozoic Canadia, and there's also other cards that are very similar to those cards, so you can figure out how to sub them out if you need to right there. But this deck is basically just showcasing a bunch of cards from the Structure Deck only if you bought 3 copies of the Structure Deck. Also, this replay is basically a perfect example on the best combo you can go into for the Structure Deck, and it is a very good combo. It's an OTK combo that you guys will see that is very spicy, if I do say so myself. But after I showcase this combo, I'm going to tell you guys the downsides to the combo, because there's a lot of things that could interrupt it, but at the same time, I just want to show you guys a spicy replay of the combo not getting interrupted whatsoever. Because I'll be honest, this Yugi that we went against, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing 30 card Dark Magician. Why not? You know what? Why not? But let's get into it. So Yugi is going to summon his Magician's Rod. He's going to search for his Magician's Navigation through Rod's effect. He's going to set 2 cards face down and end his turn, and this is where the magic happens. We're going to first normal summon this brand new card called Dragunity, and I'm going to call him Sentis throughout the entire video. Probably not how you pronounce the card's name, but oh well. But this card is super cool. So this is a 4-star Wing Beast effect monster, and its special ability states you can discard 1 Dragunity card and equip 1 Dragon-type Dragunity tuner from your deck to this card. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Dragon-type monsters. That's the effect that we're going to be utilizing, and we're going to combo it with this card called Dragunity Arma. So we're going to play Sensis effect to pitch Arma to the graveyard and search out for Dragunity Planex. Dragunity Planex is going to be very useful because this card states that once per turn, while this card's equipped to a monster as an equipped card by a card effect, you can special summon this card. So right here, even if we did not have Arma in the graveyard, we can actually go for a 6-star synchro summon through this one card alone, which is really cool. So in this combo specifically, we're comboing Arma and Sensis. If you didn't have Arma to pitch, you could still pitch any of your other Dragunity monsters, go into your Planex, and go to a 6-star synchro monster, which is really cool because Planex can special summon itself through its special ability, which is awesome. But we're going to be doing the main combo from the Structure Deck in this showcase. Next up, we're going to be activating Dragunity Arma's effect, and Dragunity Arma's effect, as you guys can see, sacrifice our Sensis equipped with Planex, and this is the reason why. Dragunity Arma states that you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard by removing from play 1 face-up monster you control equipped with the Dragunity cards. When this card is normal or special summon, you can select 1 dragon type monster in your graveyard except Dragunity Arma and equip it to this card. So this is a really cool combo right here, and Arma and Sensis is a really cool combo because essentially what you can do with just Sensis and Arma alone is that you can go into a 10-star synchro summon, because as you guys can see right now, our Planex is going to get equipped back to our Arma, because even though we've used Arma's special ability from the graveyard to sacrifice or remove from play Sensis, Planex was not part of the census or the sacrifice part for Arma. So Planex got sent to the graveyard, and then we're able to use Arma's other effect to equip Planex to our Arma. And since Planex is not a hard once per turn, it's a soft once per turn, once we brought it back from the graveyard, we can actually trigger his effect yet again and go for a Synchro Summon right here. So we're going to be going into the Synchro Summon of a 10-star Synchro monster, and he's the main Synchro monster of this brand new structure deck. We're going to be going into Dragunity Knight Aslan, which is a really cool card. Now, this part right here, I was just kind of goofing around. We're going to activate our Dragunity Divine Lance. We're going to play its effect to search for Planex. There's no reason to do that, but I want to thin on my deck anyways, just in case if our opponent had any worrisome back row cards. But Divine Lance is a really good card because when you equip it to a Dragunity monster, it gains attack equal to its level times 100, and it also makes your monster unaffected by trap effects, which is super good. So now we don't have to worry about Wall of Disruption, Drowning, Mirror Force. None of those annoying cards right there. We are good to go with Divine Lance. Also, what's really cool about Divine Lance is that during your main phase, you can equip one Dragon type Dragunity tuner from your deck to the monster equipped with this card. So that's epic right there, because we can search out for a Planex, and Planex is really cool because you can special summon it from the spell trap zone on to the field. So that's something else that you can start out combos with your other Dragunity monsters. But for this purpose, we want to get our Aslan to that spicy 4300 attack, so we get that OTK action, if you know what I'm talking about right here. Anyways, let's go talk about Aslan real quick, because this card is super cool. So you can banish one Dragunity monster from your graveyard, then target one monster your opponent controls and banish it. If this Synchro Summon card in its owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card, you can special summon one Dragunity Synchro monster with 3000 or less attack from your extra deck. This is treated as a Synchro Summon. You can only use the effect Dragunity Knight Aslan once per turn. This card has 3300 attack, 3200 defense. Crazy good card right here. And something that is really cool about Aslan is the fact that its first effect, where you can banish a Dragunity monster from your graveyard and target a monster your opponent controls and banish it, is not a once per turn. So if you have multiple Dragunity monsters in your graveyard and your opponent had multiple monsters on the other side of the field, you can continuously activate Aslan's effect and keep banishing all of those cards to then get rid of all your opponent's monsters. So it's really cool. It's not a once per turn effect. That is awesome right there, and that's what we do. We use Aslan's effect to get rid of the Magician's Rod and go for the direct attack. Now, I'm guessing Yami Yugi did not have a Dark Magician in his hand, so that's why he didn't activate his Magician's Navigation. Like I said, he was playing some Unga Boonga 30 card Dark Magician deck, which I don't understand, but that is basically the main combo that you guys can go for with Dragunity Knights, which is just insane. The combo is really cool, but at the same time, the combo can get disrupted pretty easily. There is a lot of popular spell and trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links that can absolutely stop this combo from happening, because with this combo, even though it does start off as a 2-card combo, and I guess technically a 3-card combo if you count Divine Lance, there's a lot of things that can stop those 3 cards from going for these plays, because none of these cards have any protection effects from certain cards like Paleozoic, Floodgate Trap Hole, Treacherous Trap Hole, Cosmic Cyclone. Like, those are 4 cards I can just list off at the top of my head that can stop the combo. If your opponent activates Treacherous Trap Hole when you have 2 of your monsters on the field, so before you can go into your Synchro Summon, your opponent can activate their Treacherous Trap Hole, pop both of those monsters. You can't go for your Synchro Summon and you have to pass your turn. Canadia or Floodgate can just flip down one of the tuner monsters and you just can't go for your Synchro Summon from there. And since Dragunities are a equipped deck, whenever the Dragunity monsters become equipped cards, they are treated as spell and trap cards, and due to that, your opponent can activate their Cosmic Cyclone, banish your Planex. You can't go for your Synchro Summon right there. So this combo is super good, but at the same time, it can get easily disrupted by the popular spell and trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So it is definitely an issue right there. If you want to rock copies of Cosmic Cyclone, we're in a Cosmic Cyclone meta as it is right now, so if you can get rid of your opponent's Canadia, Floodgate, Treacherous Trap Holes, or their own Cosmic Cyclones with your own Cosmic Cyclone, definitely do that. That's why I'm rocking a couple copies of Cosmic Cyclone. Also, if you guys want to, you can also rock stuff like Hatred Aid. That will actually help out a lot for going for some OTKs, so that's also another option you can go into. But just to keep in mind, the reason why this deck is just not going to be top tier is just because of the fact that back row that is very popular in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links can easily disrupt Dragunities from going into their plays. So there's that right there. So this build right here is the deck that I just showcased in the previous replay. This is the 80% Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck. Like I said in the video already, I'm rocking Cosmic Cyclone and Paleozoic Canadia, but at the same time, like, this is not that big of a deal to add these cards because 1, they're good cards, and 2, if you're willing to spend money to get 3 copies of the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck, I know for a fact that you probably have some extra cash to get a Cosmic Cyclone and Canadia, because in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, there's actually a couple bundles that you can go into. They give you a guaranteed copy of Canadia and Cosmic Cyclone, and you can get some packs from the recent box. So there you guys go right there. That's why I personally don't feel like that this is that big of a deal. So there you go. This deck right here is rocking 2 copies of Dragunity Armor Leviathan, 3 copies of Dragunity Census, 3 copies of Dragunity Planex, 2 copies of Dragunity AK, 2 copies of Dragunity Miltum, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 3 copies of Dragunity Divine Lance, 3 copies of Paleozoic Canadia. We're rocking 2 copies of Dragunity Knight Aslan, 2 copies of Dragunity Knight, I don't know, whatever. I'm not even going to try to butcher that one, even though I butchered the rest of the names of this deck. 1 copy of Dragunity Knight Barcha, and 1 copy of Dragunity Knight Gaybulge. What a top tier name right there. And then the skill that we're going to be using is Level Augmentation. This skill is actually extremely helpful because it will allow us to synchro summon into our boss Dragunity monster, that's a level 10 monster, without utilizing the Arma and Census combo. Level Augmentation, you can reveal 1 monster in your hand and select 1 monster on your side of the field. The selected monster's level increased by the level of the monster revealed. The skill can be only used once per duel. And the reason why Level Augmentation works well with this deck is because if you have your Census and your Miltum and you have a 2-star Dragunity Tuner in your hand, you're going to be able to do some synchro summon combos to summon into Aslan. For Census specifically, if you do not have Arma in your hand, what you can do is that if you have Dragunity Census and any of your Dragunity Tuners alongside of just any other Dragunity monster, what you can do is that you can pitch one of your Dragunity monsters to play Census effect to then equip a Planex to your Census. Use Planex's effect to special summon itself onto the field and then go into a 4 and 2-star synchro summon into your Dragunity Knight V, I don't know what you call this thing. Anyways, this card's really cool because when this card is synchro summoned, you can target a level 3 or lower dragon type Dragunity monster in your graveyard and equip that target to this card. So essentially the Planex that you just used to synchro summon with, you can equip it to your Dragunity Knight, whatever this thing's called, and go for a synchro summoner with that right there. But before you want to go into the synchro summon, if you have any of your level 2 Dragunity monsters in your hand, you can activate Level Augmentation and increase the level of either your Dragunity Knight V or Dragunity Knight Planex, increase its level by 2, and then now you have access to the 10-star synchro monster Aslan, because now you have a 4-star tuner and a 6-star monster. You can go into the play of Dragunity Knight Aslan. So that's why a Level Augmentation is useful, because if you don't have Arma and you don't have Census, you can still go for the combo right there. You can even do the same thing with Miltum. If you have Miltum, Divine Lance, and Planex, you can summon your Miltum, equip Divine Lance to it, special summon Planex with Divine Lance, and then go for your 6-star synchro summon. Do the same combo that I just mentioned. Go for the synchro summon back to Planex, summon Planex onto your side of the field. Use Level Augmentation on your other 2-star tuner that you have in your hand, and you can go from there with your Level Augmentation and all that good stuff right there. Sorry for explaining that poorly, but I'm guessing you guys catch my drift right there. We also have this 8-star Dragunity Knight card called Barcha, and the reason why we have him is pretty much just because he's a level 8 synchro monster, and like I said, this is the build that pretty much uses cards only from the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck. What's useful about him is that if you go into the synchro summon of Dragunity Knight V and special summon your Planex from the graveyard onto the field, you can go into the synchro summon of your Barcha, and then if you have another 2-star synchro monster, or if you have another 2-star tuner monster like Planex or AK, you can combo with Barcha and go into the synchro summon of Aslan. Still, I'd recommend rocking cards like Spark Dragon, Scrap Dragon, or any other level 8 monster instead of Dragunity Knight Barcha, but if you want to just rock like pure Dragunities, Barcha would be your best friend right there. And then we have Gaybulge in the deck just in case if Aslan does get destroyed, you can summon Gaybulge, and Gaybulge's effect states that if you remove for play one of your winged beast monsters, which Census or Miltum are great targets for that, you can increase this card's attacks. This card would be your next best bet if your opponent somehow got rid of your Aslan. So there you go right there. So this dual replay is going to be showcasing the deck that I've built so far that I personally like, utilizing the new cards from Dragunity Overdrive. Now, it's probably not the best deck that you can build, and honestly, it's not really that much different from the previous deck that I did showcase to you guys, but you're going to see some different plays that you're not going to see from the first build that I showcased in today's video. And also, this replay right here showcases how well this deck can handle shenanigans like overpowered back row in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So let's hop into it. I'm going to show you guys my first turn plays, how I survive against back row that is very detrimental, and I'm going to show you guys how I won in this replay right here, because this replay was actually a really good showcase of the deck. So I first summon my Dragunity Census, and I activate its effect to send Arma to the graveyard and equip Dragunity Planex. Now, most people in this situation would go into the 10-star synchro summon into the Dragunity Knight Aslan, but I don't really do that because I don't want to whip out my boss monster right away, because, you know, in this game, it can get easily destroyed. So what we're going to do in this situation is that we're going to go summon our Planex and go into the synchro summon of Dragunity Knight V. We're going to use its effect to summon Planex and go into the synchro summon of Spark Dragon. I personally like going into the synchro summon of Star Spark Dragon on my first turn because of the effect where once per turn during each player's turn you can target one face-up card you control. Once during this turn it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. I still think going into Dragunity and Aslan is still a very strong play because if Aslan does get destroyed you can summon into your Dragunity Knight Gaybulge and then use Gaybulge's effect to boost its attack if your opponent does attack you with one of their big monsters. At the same time though, I do like Spark Dragon a little bit more because you do give it an effect where it can be permanently protected from battle or card effects. It like can't get destroyed by them. Of course the card can still get banished and whatnot, but in that situation you'd be going against spellbooks, and spellbooks can also get rid of Aslan. So I just feel like Spark Dragon might be the better play. Maybe Aslan is better, but I feel like the Spark Dragon is just more like my play style and just better overall. So that's what I do for the Dragunity deck. I summon into Spark Dragon immediately turn 1. Our opponent's going to set 2 cards right here, and this is where things get a little iffy. So since our opponent had 2 back row cards and I didn't have any back row removal, I wasn't going to go into Aslan. There was no point, and I'm glad I made that decision because Spark Dragon right here activated its effect, but due to Regeki Break activating right after this chain right here, what happened is that he was able to destroy my Spark Dragon. Now, the more ideal play in this situation is to not activate Spark Dragon's effect right away. So that was a misplay for my part. I should have attacked first and then wait for our opponent to activate Regeki Break, so then it could have chained my Spark Dragon's effect to not get destroyed by that. So heads up for the future, do not activate Spark Dragon's effect until you go for the attack. That just don't do that, because the only reason why he was able to get rid of my Spark Dragon through Regeki Break is because of the chain, because I activated Spark Dragon's effect first. He chained Regeki Break. Regeki Break is going to activate first now because of the chain, and my Spark Dragon got destroyed. So in that situation, just attack first, and then if your opponent has any tricky back row like Regeki Break, then you chain your Spark Dragon's effect to it. So that was a huge misplay from me, but it's okay because we're going to use AK's effect. AK is also a really good tuner for this reason. So when this card's normal summon, you can special summon a Dragunity monster from your hand and then equip it with this card. So what we do is that we equip a Plan X, and what we do in this situation is that we summon into our Dragunity Arma. Now this was a very interesting situation because the Plan X did get banished, but we still had another Plan X in our graveyard that we could have equipped to our Arma, so that's what we did right here. So then I was able to go into the Synchro Summon of Aslan, which is very spicy. Now the only thing I was worried about right here is a wall or a Drowning Mirror Force, but luckily this person only had a Wall of Disruption. Anyways, we got some more shenanigans here. We're going to play Canadian in this situation because I don't want to deal with Power Guardians. We got a Cosmic Cyclone for getting rid of back row, which you're going to see it right here. Our opponent's going to activate Life Charge. We're going to get rid of the back row card with Cosmic Cyclone. We're going to summon it to AK and then do 2 direct attacks right then and there. So yeah, don't do what I did with Spark Dragon right there. That was a misplay, but I was still able to recover from that, which was really good. And that's why I kind of like this build of the deck, because we can do some recovery and we can do some really good combos right there. So I guess without further ado, let's go hop into the live duels of today's video. So we're going against someone from Platinum Rank 2 in Japan. Very cool. This deck that we're going to be using is the 80% Dragunity Overdrive deck. So let's get into it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully in the live duel where I showcase the power of the other Dragunity deck that I think is better, hopefully I can showcase Dragunity Ducks, because that would be very epic. Anyways though, ooh, what do I want to go for? This is an interesting situation, because normally in this situation I would actually go into my Star Spark Dragon. We don't have that option, that's for sure. We really don't. I think this is what we'll do. We're gonna go Divine Lance. We're gonna thin out the deck. Boom, bada bang, there we go. We could level Augmentation right here too. Actually I think we can't get Aslan out right now, because if we do this, yeah, we can actually get Aslan out right now, I believe, because we can go into our 6-star synchro. Boom, bada bang, there we go. Reactivate V's effect to then equip Plan X, use Plan X effect yet again to special summon itself right here. And then we activate level Augmentation, increase the level of either one of them, it does not matter. And then we can go into Aslan right here. So yeah, normally I'd rather go into Spark Dragon in this situation so I don't waste so many resources. But since we're playing like the pure Overdrive build, we're just going to rock Aslan. Because if Aslan does get destroyed by battle or card effects, we can summon our Gaybulge, which is a good backup card, that's for sure. We do have a Canada to shut down, you know, shenanigans like this. Well, we're not going to shut down Magician's Rod because he can't do that. But, you know what I mean. Oh, if we get banished though, we're actually screwed. Yeah, because this is a destroyed effect right here. That's a problem. Ooh, that's a problem right there. If he gets out any of his Dark Magicians, we are fucked. We are fucked, bro. Even if I summoned to start a Spark Dragon, it wouldn't change anything. Dark Magical Circle could still get rid of it, because banish effects are very, very scary. Now, please play like the slow build. Okay, he's playing the slow build. So I guess the only thing that we can really do in this situation is just go for the Gusto, activate our effect immediately. We're going to banish. We're actually going to banish the Synchro Monster. There we go. Surprisingly, he didn't do anything. That's sick. We still got to worry about some Darko Magicians. Honestly, I might have to set my Plan X now, thinking about it. Yeah, I think I gotta set my Plan X. Ooh, because I think the only way I can really live is if I set my Plan X, so we're just gonna have to do that. Let's go to the battle. Oh, he doesn't have a Dark Magician in his hand. Oh, shit, I got lucky. Well, he's now just gonna summon into his Magicians, but at the same time, we can Canadia his Magician, so we could keep our Plan X around, which is good. But yeah, he did not have a Dark Magician in his hand, so that's interesting. I mean, we didn't have anything to boost our attack, so even if we had our Plan X in attack position, it really wouldn't matter. But no, he's going to go into his epic Magician's Navigation play right here, which is going to be obnoxious. Oh, ooh, that's a problem right there. Ooh, that's a problem. I don't think we can come back from this. If he has a Dark Magician, yeah, because he's going to play his Dark Magical Circle. And what sucks too is that Magician of Chaos has a special ability, which just activated right now. Let's see what you target. That's fine. Let's flip that down. I wonder if he actually only drew into his Chaos form. That's annoying. We really need our Plan X to stay on the field. We really need a Plan X to stay on the field. That's a brick right there. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Arma. I thought Arma was like a must-have at 3, but I've kind of realized that he's more of a like card that you run at 2. Because that's what my full build also does. We rock it at 2. Because honestly, this card is not as good as I think. It is a dead card if you can't like utilize its effect. So we'll take that L right here. Because we literally can't do anything. I don't think I could have played that any better. Maybe there's something that I misplayed because this deck only has been out for a couple hours around anyways. But yeah, no, Akiza did not give me that good luck. We got the short end of the stick. But at the same time, I was able to pop into my combos. I don't know. We're just gonna move on to the next duel. And before I forget, here is the other build that we're gonna use now in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. 2 copies of Arma, 3 copies of Census, 2 copies of Dux, 3 copies of Plan X, 2 copies of AK, 2 Cyclone. If I could rock 3 Cyclone, I probably would. Rock 3 Divine Lance, 3 Canadia, 2 Aslan, Spark Dragon, V, Gaybulge. Let's get into it. Going against somebody called Dark Magician. Okay, are we really gonna face another Dark Magician deck? Why? Dude, Dark Magician has been so popular recently, and it's low-key annoying. It's a good and a bad thing, because Dark Magician is a deck that can pop off, but at the same time, it is a deck that you can handle pretty easily, so we'll see what happens. Ooh, and we got a Cosmic Cyclone. Yeah, we might be able to handle it. We might be able to handle Dark Magician in today's video. Let's go see what this guy does, though. Set 1 card. Just, oh, okay. Okay. What sucks is that we got Dux. Dux is a good, like, later game type of card. He's not a good, like, open up play, card, but we'll be okay. We're gonna summon our Prismatic Dux. We're gonna play our Divine Lance. We're gonna equip it to him. And let's go from here. Yeah. We're gonna equip our Planix. We're gonna play his effect and summon him onto the field. Dead ass, we could actually go for Aslan like right away. With because we can use our other Ducks in hand and just go for an Aslan. Which I might do, honestly. Just to save our other cards. Yeah, no, that's actually, I think that's actually the okay play. Because we're not wasting our Dragunity Ducks. And we're going to play level augmentation anyways. So I'm going to do this. We're going to increase the level of you by 8. And then we're going to go into the play of Aslan. Boom, boom. I mean, we're going to give him his Destiny draw, but I honestly think that we can handle it. So we're going to banish. We're going to banish ducks. We do not want ducks. And then we're going to get rid of that. We're going to set a cosmic. And then, yeah, we're going to go for the damage right here. I think I'm going to regret this because he's going to play his Destiny draw and get what he wants. But we do have a Cosmic Cycle and get rid of Magician's Navigation, which is good. We have a 3300 attacking monster. We have ducks now to go for a follow-up play and get out into Gate Bulge or V, which is really useful. So, yeah, we're going to deal with the Destiny draw. I still don't think I should have attacked. I think I should have just chilled because Aslan's effect isn't a once per turn anyways, so the Magician's Robe literally would have done anything. And we could have like went for another Dragunity combo and then have a ton of targets to banish with Aslan. So that could have been something right there. Oh, he drew into that out of all things. Okay. It's still not that big of a deal because we have a wind monster and not a dark monster, so I'm not worried about that. I am genuinely surprised that that's the card he went for to draw into. Yeah, I'd surrender too after that situation. I wish that he did the optimal play on what he needed to do, because I would have liked to see with our hand that we had right now and see if we would have been able to go into a combo to get rid of him easily. Because if he searched out for any of his cards to get his Dark Magician combo going, we had a Cosmic Cyclone, which was good. But if we potentially had like 2 back row cards, we may have not like banished the correct card, and then it would have been interesting to see if like we had a situation where we had to fight like 2 Dark Magicians, and maybe I could use my ducks to go into a combo. I don't know. It would have been cooler to like end off the duel with like a sick combo instead of him just misplaying. But yeah, I don't know why you searched for that one, bud. Maybe it was a good thing that I went for the Destiny draw because he did not know how to use the skill properly. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. Overall, I think the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck is actually pretty good, especially compared to the past 2 Structure Deck EXs that we got in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because the Magician of Chaos and the King's Residence Structure Deck EXs were honestly very mediocre and were not good enough to really like do anything in ranked PvP. I don't think that the Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck is good enough to be like a top tier deck in the game, but I still think it's a good deck that you can use to climb the ladder, and if you play your cards right, I think you can reach King of Games with this deck. I'd say that this is definitely better than the past 2 structure decks, but it's not the best structure deck that we got in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So I say if you're a fan of Dragunities, definitely go buy this Dragunity Overdrive Structure Deck, because it does make the deck pretty good. But if you are trying to hope for getting 3 copies of the structure deck to get an instant King of Games, you might be out of luck. But at the same time, this is a structure deck that you can buy 3 of and still put some work without needing a bunch of other cards from other boxes. Because I will give that credit to the deck that pretty much all the cards from the structure deck itself are able to pretty much build what you need. You don't need to get that many cards from other structure decks too, or other boxes to really make the deck good. So I'd say still not King of Games, but definitely a structure deck that you can buy 3 of to put some work into the ladder, especially early on. So there you go right there. Nonetheless, though, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. If you guys enjoyed today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video and you have not already, be sure to go hit the like button on the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody.